Welcome to Lit Happens, Saskatchewan's literary showcase of the province. We are out on location today at Creative Compliments, which is a superb flower shop on 3rd Avenue in Saskatoon. I'd like to welcome my guest, Marion Mutala.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here. I'm always happy to come here and talk to you about my books and literature and reading.
I was doing the math this morning. This is your 4th time on Lit Happens.
I was wondering how many times.
You're kind of this is like you're an all-stars.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Daku you. I feel very happy to be here.
Now, we're going to talk about your 2 more recent books.
Okay.
But let's talk a little bit about you. Let's throw a refresher out there for the audience. Tell us about it yourself.
Okay, well, I was a teacher for 30 years, and now I'm an author, and I've written a best-selling, national award-winning trilogy called Baba's Babushka, A Magical Ukrainian Christmas, Easter, and Wedding, and they've all done very, very well for me, and then I have a new one called Grateful. So I have 4 books I put out in 5 years, so...
Yeah. Are you tired?
Yes, but happy. Happily tired.
Yeah. So most people know about Baba's Babushka, Magical Ukrainian Christmas, and Baba's Babushka, A Magical Ukrainian Easter. But the last one in the trilogy, is quite new. Still, it's A Magical Ukrainian Wedding.
Right, and I have it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So in this book, as in all of the books, because they're talking about little girl Natalia, who's actually me. She was out in the fall time and playing in the leaves, and a babushka lands on her head, these beautiful babushkas here, and swoops her up, takes her back to Ukraine, and she meets her Baba, but this time it's unique because her Baba and her Dido are getting married, just like my grandparents did in 1912, and they moved to Canada from Ukraine. So these stories are historical fiction because it's based on my grandparents, and I'm very, very pleased with all of my books, but especially this one because I just was nominated and won. Yes, the High Plains Book Award out of Billings, Montana. It was the first time they had a Best Children's Book category. The award's been going for 12 years, and I won. So I feel it was very exciting, and they treated us like royalty. So it was just a great experience. A
little bit of affirmation there that you're fulfilling your life's purpose.
Exactly. So.
Okay, well, now let's talk about this little guy.
Okay.
It's such a cute little book.
It's a perfect book to put in your purse or stocking stuffer or whatever you like to do with that.
Yeah, it matches your shirt.
It matches your shirt. I got a shirt made with it.
That's cool.
And it was inspired by my mom. My mom, when we were growing up, I grew up in a family of 10. I'm number 9 out of 10. Yeah. And she always said, when we complained about things, be grateful. And we used to complain about not getting the shoes we wanted or the shoe size. And she says, well, be grateful you have feet. Yeah. So this inspired me to write this book, Grateful. And it has a Ukrainian flavor to it because my mom was Ukrainian and reigned from Halford, Saskatchewan. So it's sort of a tribute to her.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I was at your recent launch for Grateful. It was such a great night. You had a Ukrainian choir there in full regalia and
Holisei. I sing with Holisei, and actually we're doing this a CD this year.
Really?
So yes, of Ukrainian songs. Taras Shevchenko is sort of the literary hero of Ukrainian people. Yeah. So we're doing a CD based on his works. So.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 books out in the world right now. What's the reaction been? What kind of feedback do you get?
Excellent. I can honestly say, maybe behind my back, I don't know how they say it, but to my face, the raves have been wonderful. All 3 of my books have been nominated or won awards. The first one, the Christmas book, was nominated for an Anna Produchny Award. The second Easter book was nominated for a SAS Book Award, and then the Billings, the wedding book, just won the best children's book. So I don't know about this one. It just came out, so we'll see how it does.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just want to throw it out to the audience too that you also sing with the Sassy Sisters.
Yeah, I do
little
do
musical
that.
Group. And
yes, I have 6 sisters, or had 6 sisters, and we're very musical. The Dubik family reigned from Halford. It used to do a lot of weddings and all kinds of music, and we sing at nursing homes and senior places, and around Saskatoon. So if you need some entertainment or fun, call us up.
Cool. Okay, you obviously have a ton of creativity.
Well,
what's the future holding for Marion Mutala?
I have quite a few books on the works. I'm hoping the Ukrainian Daughters Dance. It's a book of poetry. I'm hoping that'll come out. I'm also working on a project called Kukum or Nukum's Babushka, because if you notice, the Aboriginal women always wore babushkas, and I'm wondering why is that. and I'm creating a story based on my trilogy about Natalia, and probably the Aboriginal people and Ukrainian people have a long-standing relationship. So I'm creating a story around that.
Wow.
I also have a memoir called One Man's Journey and a peace book. So
Wow.
I have quite a few things happening.
You've got some work to do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. So you'll have to have me back for them.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to be back at some point.
Yes.
So we're running out of time, but I'd like to get out to the viewers. Where in Saskatchewan can viewers find your books?
Well, you could look on my website, www.babasbabushka.ca, or you can order through Amazon or your nicholsworth.com or McNally or Indigo or Kohl's, or phone me up. I'll get you a book.
Yeah, you're quite prolific. You manage to get everywhere. You go out to a lot of more rural areas and you do a lot of book reading.
I do talking in schools and different workshops. So if you're wanting to hear some and learn about different cultures, Ukrainian culture, I'm there for you to do that.
What drives you to educate people of Saskatchewan or across Canada about Ukrainian culture?
I'm glad you asked that because I sign all my books peace, and there's a significant reason I do that. And when I go to schools, I use my books now as a teaching tool to teach about Ukrainian culture, but I have a strong belief that if you learn about my culture and I learn about yours, we'll create a different world and a better place. And so it creates, when you learn about different cultures, it creates peace and understanding and tolerance, and we need that in the world.
We do.
Yeah,
especially maybe now more than ever.
More than ever, all the time. So that's what I'm trying to create through my books and use them as a teaching tool. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. That's a
well, I'm glad you asked that question.
Okay, we're just about out of time, but I just want to throw out your website for the audience one more time.
Okay, www.babasbabushka.ca. And Baba is a grandmother, and Babushka is a Ukrainian headscarf. So
and if all else fails, I do happen to know that you dabble a bit on Facebook. So
I do. I do that too.
That way.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you again, Wes, for having me dackle you, and we'll talk to you again.
Yes, fourth time. I'm sure fifth is coming.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we'll see you again. That's all the time we have today for Lit Happens. If you enjoyed today's segment, you can see previous episodes on the Shaw TV website or on my website, www.westfunk.ca, and you can connect with us online on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I'll see you next time on Lit Happens.